Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamonds for Thursday, March 27th, 2025. I am Drew Martin breaking down the slate of games. We got Sweet 16 action here, prime time tonight, 4 games for the Sweet 16 part of the tournament here. Breaking them down, coming your way now. Let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree, your picks for tonight for the tournament, for Major League Baseball opening day. All is welcome, guys. It helps grow the show. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, 7:09 Eastern on CBS. We are heading to Newark, New Jersey in the Prudential Center to tip off the Sweet 16 with the 6 seed BYU Cougars and the 2 seed Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama comes in 5.5 as the favorite, 175 being the total. The story here, guys, you can see it in the total. This might be the highest totaled NCAA tournament game, at least I can remember. And it speaks to both of these two teams being able to score. Alabama, 90 plus points in 7 of their last 10 games. The number one average offensive possession time under Nate Oates. They get the ball, they shoot the ball, and they're very efficient at doing so. Top 5 in offensive efficiency metrics. BYU at the same time. I mean, Mark Pope out, Kevin Young in, no problem whatsoever for BYU. They top 10 field goal percentage team in the country. They take a bunch of threes. They also give up a bunch of threes, and that's what Alabama can kind of excel at as well. I think both of these two teams go off offensively. I mean, BYU went over in 13 of their last 16 games overall. Alabama already talked about 90 plus in 7 of their last 10 games. I wouldn't be surprised if both of these two teams get into the 90s. Alabama, even BYU flirting with 100, guys. I know 175 is a tall ask, but it is high for reasons. Both teams much better on the offensive end than the defensive end. We are going BYU, Alabama over 175 to tip off the Sweet 16. We got next one up 30 minutes later, 7:39 Eastern on TBS. We are heading out west to the Chase Center, San Francisco, California, for the 4 seed Maryland Terrapins and the 1 seed Florida Gators. Gators minus 6.5, 157 and a hook being the total. Great seasons for both squads. I mean, Florida comes in 32-4, Maryland 27-8, and that's following a season they were under 500 last year, and now they're top 25 in both offensive and defensive efficiency. They got Queen down low, the 6'10 center. He's averaging more than 20 points in his last 4 games. He's really turned it on of late. Now, Maryland comes in off of that close win against Colorado State, one of the more exciting tournament games so far this season. We'll see what happens against kind of taking a step up in class, in my opinion, against the Gators. But I'll get into a schedule spot situation here that might favor Maryland. But first, we got to talk about the Florida Gators. Top 10 offensive and defensive efficiency. They're led by point guard Walter Clayton Jr. Very efficient offense. They're tough to kind of guard, with the switching and setting picks and rolls and staying in front of them. They're also coming off of a close win over UConn, the back-to-back national champions, one that Dan Hurley, their coach, was not happy about what that game was called. But still, it speaks to, the Florida Gators being resilient here. They're a big team. They have 4 players in the rotation, 6'9" or taller. They're a tough matchup. Todd Golden, their head coach, he did come from San Francisco. He was the head coach there for the Dons, so he knows the area. But it kind of speaks to this schedule spot. Florida, they left Gainesville on Tuesday, trying to get out there early, but playing on the West Coast here up against Maryland that actually played in Seattle in their first 2 games of the tournament. So they stay out west, already, out there near San Francisco. They also played in the Big Ten, playing twice out west. And now those first 2 games of the tournament, I think that favors Maryland at least a little bit, something to put in our back pocket here, guys. And really, it comes down to 6.5. Could the Gators win by more than that? Absolutely. But I wouldn't be surprised at all to see a tough-fought game. Florida wins, Maryland covers. That's the way I see this. So I'm going to put the 6.5 in our pocket. We're going with the Maryland Terrapins plus the points, plus 6.5 against the Gators. We'll head to the night slate up next, 9:39 Eastern on CBS. Heading back to Newark, New Jersey, the Prudential Center for the 4 and the 1 seed, Arizona and Duke. Duke minus 9.5, 153.5 being the total. If you go off of kind of the futures here for the NCAA tournament champion, Duke's leading the way. And I'll tell you, the ACC regular and tournament champions, they have looked good for quite some time now. They've won and covered easily in their first 2 tournament tournament games. One game that we talked about, their opening round game, what we laid like 30 plus points. They ended up winning by 40 plus points. This team will cover numbers, no doubt about it. 10-2 against the spread, their last 12. Now, you could kind of look at their scheduling and say they haven't played a team still left in the tournament since the month of December. They did beat my Auburn Tigers in that game, but still, I think, how you're doing against the spread, 10-2 your last 12, I think that kind of overshadows it. Plus the fact Duke won the first matchup. This is actually a rematch. Earlier this season, Duke went into Tucson, Arizona and won 69-55. They won by 14 points in that game, in a true road game. Now, Arizona is the third-ranked team in the Big 12. That's how they finished the regular season anyway. They played Sunday in Seattle, now playing Thursday in Newark, New Jersey. Kind of a schedule spot here that's negative towards Arizona, whereas Duke played in the state of North Carolina, staying on the East Coast. I'm not saying it's everything. It's just something to take notice of. Arizona's also just 7-6 their last 13 games. Compare that to Duke, 28-1 their last 29. I think a lot goes towards Duke here, guys. I think Duke is the favorite for a reason. I would not be surprised if they win by double digits. We're going Duke -9.5 over Arizona. Got one game left as we're hitting all 4 games on Thursday. If you could help me out, smash that like button. Comment below. Anything more than welcome, guys. Any questions, fire away. College basketball picks. Major League Baseball starting as well. Actually did a Thursday show here for MLB opening day. So if you like betting the diamond, check that one out as well. And if you're interested in premium picks, check them out. Experts page, Drew Martin, WagerTalk.com. All right, we got last game for the show here. It is the nightcap for Thursday night in the Sweet 16. We'll also be back Sweet 16 on Friday, so come back and join us. But it is the 10 seed and the 3 seed, Arkansas Razorbacks and Texas Tech Red Raiders. It's Texas Tech -5.5. 148 being the total. Now, this is 10:09 Eastern on TBS, Chase Center, San Francisco, California. The second game up here, 30 minutes after the first one ends. Arkansas comes in 22-13, Texas Tech 27-8. Texas Tech was second in the Big Ten. Arkansas 9th in the SEC. However, the Razorbacks are playing their best basketball of the season right now. They started off SEC play 0-5. But they brought the fight to St. John's in their last game. St. John's is a tough basketball team. And sure enough, Arkansas won despite shooting 2 of 19 from three-point land. Now, granted, St. John's didn't shoot very well at all from three-point land, but 2 of 19 and still getting the win over a 2-seed St. John's, I think that's something to take notice of. And look at their guard play. What do you want in an NCAA tournament when you're looking to bet on teams? You want good guard play. They got DJ Wagner. He followed John Calipari from Kentucky here to Arkansas. Also, John L. Davis. You might remember that name from the FAU, the Owls run of 2 tournaments ago. But I look towards Texas Tech, 5.5. It's not too tall of a number. They did beat 2 double-digit seeds in the first 2 rounds. They got JT Toppin, 25 points last time out. Man, this is a tough one sidewise, guys. I could see it going both ways. I lean with Arkansas plus the points just because I think they're on a roll. But instead, I wouldn't be surprised if Texas Tech wins this one flirting with 10 points. Instead, I see this total under 150, 148 pretty much across the board. Talked about Arkansas, good guard play, being able to score. Texas Tech, JT Toppin leading the way. We've seen Texas Tech go over in 4 straight games. Arkansas has gone over in 7 of 9, and that includes not hitting the over against St. John's with both teams shooting so terribly. I actually think this total is a little bit too low. I think we get into the 150s and beyond. So we're going in the 10-3 seed in the nightcap on Thursday. We're going over 148 to end the Thursday card, guys. So in recap, we got Arkansas, Texas Tech over 148. We got Duke -9. We got Maryland as the dog +6 and a hook. And we got BYU, Alabama up and over 175. That's going to do it for Thursday Sweet 16. We'll be back tomorrow with the Friday Sweet 16 card. Come back and join us. Smash that like button. Comment below, guys. Cash those tickets. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Thanks for tuning in.